If someone asked what you were made of, what would you say? Fingers and toes? Skin, bones, and muscles? Go even further. Look under a microscope and you'll see that all of these things are made of cells. In fact, all living organisms are made of cells, even if the living thing is just one cell. Click the hotspots on this cell to learn more. Cells are held together by a cell membrane. The cell membrane plays an important role in letting things in and out of cells, too. Kind of like a security guard, the cell membrane lets good things into the cell and kicks bad things out. What controls everything your body does? Right, your brain. Every cell has its own brain-like control center called the nucleus. The nucleus tells the entire cell what to do. It's the boss. The nucleus holds all of the cell's genetic information and coordinates all the cell's activities, like respiration and reproduction. Humans have 23 pairs of chromosomes in each cell. Chromosomes hold genes, which tell the cell all about you. Genes tell what color hair and eyes you have, what your body structure will be, what type of blood you have, and much, much more. Chromosomes store the blueprint for you. Welcome to the lesson, What are cells? In this lesson, you'll learn what a cell is and what role it plays in your life. The vocabulary words for this lesson are cell, organism, cell membrane, nucleus, mitosis, meiosis, inherited trait, dominant trait, and recessive trait. Click each word to find out more about it. There are lots of different kinds of cells. Which of these images does not show a cell? That's correct. This is a grain of salt. Cells are the basic unit of structure and function of living things. The salt grain is not a cell and is not a living thing. All living things are made of cells. But how can we see cells? We can observe the cells of a living thing by placing a sample under a microscope. This video shows what you see when you place a sample of fresh water like water from a pond under a microscope. You can see microscopic or really small organisms. Click play to see them. You can see many things under a microscope, but only living things are made of cells. If we put a non-living thing like a rock under a microscope, we would not see any cells. All living things are made of cells. An organism or living thing can be made of just a single cell or many cells. Click the images to see how organisms are made of cells. A paramecium is an organism made from one cell. All of the life processes of this organism must take place inside that single cell. Some organisms are made up of more than one cell. They may have millions of different cells. Cells that work together form organs like your heart. Each organ works with other organs to make a system like your circulatory system. Several systems then work together to keep an organism alive. Cells perform all the functions that are needed to keep an organism alive. Cells in a plant leaf can use the sun's energy to make food.
Cells in a person's stomach make a liquid that protects the stomach's lining from damage that stomach acid could cause. All cells come from the cell division of another cell. When a cell divides, the new cell is similar to the parent cell. Use what you know about cells to select the statement that is not true. That's correct. Rocks and other non-living things are not made of cells. Good job! Not everything is made of cells. Only living things are made of cells. Cells each have cell parts with specific structures and roles within the cell. Look at the cells in the picture. The cell on top is a plant cell. The cell on the bottom is an animal cell. Plant and animal cells have several similar parts, but plant cells have some special parts. These parts are necessary because plants have different life processes than animals. Select the highlighted areas to learn about some of the parts in plant and animal cells. Cytoplasm fills the cell. It's a jelly-like fluid that supports the parts inside the cell. Chloroplasts make food. This is where the energy from the sun is transformed into sugars, which provide necessary nutrients for the cells. Animal cells do not have chloroplasts. The nucleus acts like the brain of the cell. It controls the cell's eating, movement, and reproduction. The nucleus is a big dark spot somewhere in the middle of the cytoplasm. A cell membrane holds cell parts and fluids in the cell and keeps harmful things out. It allows some things to pass in and out of the cell. Cell walls are not found in animals. They are made of cellulose, which is made of sugars. Cell walls protect the plant cells and help the plant keep its shape. Cell walls are somewhat like your skeleton. Vacuoles are used for storage. They hold nutrients a cell might eventually need to survive. They also can store waste until the cell can send it out. Vacuoles in plant cells are much larger than in animal cells. The mitochondria take in nutrients and break them down, resulting in energy for the cell. Cells play an important role in reproduction. Click play to learn more about the role of cells in reproduction. Click play again as the video stops at several points along the bar. The nucleus of a cell contains chromosomes which contain DNA. DNA is very important because it defines what an organism will be like. A chromosome has all the instructions for all the inherited traits of an organism. As the organism makes new cells, the chromosomes are passed to the new cells so that they have the same set of instructions. Chromosomes are made of groups of genes. Genes are the pieces of DNA that make you who you are. They control your inherited traits and make you unique. You know about several parts of cells. Click the cell parts that are found in both plants and animals. Good job! The nucleus acts like the brain of plant and animal cells. That's right. Mitochondria release energy for plant and animal cells. Great choice. The cell membrane holds the organelles of plant and animal cells.